Okay, let's begin. I really like the music on this game. There is DLC, which eventually I think I'll get. Mm, yeah, there we go. Oh, which one was it? Oh, it's just this one. This is the one we saved. Hello, Pammy Wise. How are you? Act 1 The Wayfarer's Inn. Prelude to Bravery. 58th of the Way. Oh. Now, this is the. So after we played the demo last time, I bought the game. It did not pick up what we did on the demo. So I just went ahead and redid all of that. Uh, so yeah, I think we played a little bit of this in the demo, just like them taking the quest. So we'll do that again, and we're gonna just drop back in to what we were doing last time. What do you have there, Fable? I love their face. I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Trigorin. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Not yet. What kind of hero are you looking for? Also, let me know if you can hear me okay compared to the music, Tammy. I might have to like adjust it. 'Cause I did put the music kind of high. One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even. Preferably one who is good with a bow. Oh, who could that be? Great. Awesome. Thank you. One who tells me they want a quest? I'm good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. and and maybe I want the quest. Just maybe? No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me, and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forest. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they are also human. But you've talked to humans before. You got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And 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 I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. Well, if anybody had taken it, it would have been out of the notice board. And then? I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Or rather, I did. But then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest. And I have to fight the werewolf or talk to the werewolf. Which is worse? Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if when I try to shoot it with my silver arrow, I miss and shoot a tree instead? And then the tree would be mad at me. But it would really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf. Very true. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable. Yes? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. I can't make this decision for you. Neither can I. Oh, don't cry, Fable. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly, I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime. A frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Ah, maybe we'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Yeah, finders keepers. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest. It seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses, but it would make a good start for a song, right? All right, Fable is like obsessed with nymphs. That's so funny. The prelude of an epic. Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. Yes. A little nymph. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. There's something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? You don't know what it's thirsty for. You might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mari Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Amaranthine Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. Oh. Yes, the Mary Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank Gaia Ward didn't get around. It was my very first adventure, the chance to finally escape from the daily grind. What happened? An adventure party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night, and the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. This is very reminds me of when the dwarves need to be guided through Merkwood by the elves. And it's when it's when Legolas first finds out who Gimli is by a portrait. So they wanted a guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Dragarin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure. Yay! I was so excited, but also very nervous. So, of course, it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. Well, yes, but they had more experience than you. That doesn't mean that, you shouldn't give it your best, you know? You should still try. Try your best. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and led them astray. I must have blacked out. I've never got lost in the woods before. But this time I did. I couldn't see well. There was blood rushing in my ears and I felt dizzy. So, for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take, past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mary Morgan. You know of the Mary Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men. Sounds like somebody I know. Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey, and I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughing stock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the wyvern chimera that resides in the quag mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. Ooh, but you didn't. But I didn't. You didn't. Your first encounter with the Hydra? Well, just the day after bleh. Hold on. Let's restart that sentence. Well, just the day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon. I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it has fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthin Hydra. And I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around and how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all about what I wanted to say. So I just set down the biscuit and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuit and then at me, and it said, By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice, some things as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice, all hydras love tea. I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthine Hydra has given me a riddle, a quest. Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure it out, the answer, so I left, and I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know that I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. Turns out, that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it some? Yes. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late. If it had needed an antidote, it would have died. Would haves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. It's true. I suppose you have a point. Why does no one want to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it happened just once. It seems like my life only follows the path that's most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week, I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming, and they make for a nice bouquet, you know. Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin, the weeping amaryllis. Now, guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby, all day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. I'm sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. There's nothing wrong with picking flowers. There is if they're the wrong flowers. Well, maybe you needed that cry. Maybe it did you some good. Imagine if I had offered them to the adventurers, or even worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing. I don't think gifting others flowers to make them a little happier is embarrassing. And it would have made for a good story to laugh about together. I don't think they would have laughed about it with me. More at me. Maybe they would laugh with you if you choose not to run away. You seem to assign a cruel sense of humor to people that haven't actually shown you such a thing yet. Oh, poor Fable. Our poor little elf is depressed. I understand. Listen. You need a tincture to help you. You can't help it. It's a chemical imbalance. It's not your fault. It just happens. You get some meds. Go to an alchemist. They'll help you. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. Very true. That would be nice. Innkeeper? Yes. Do you like spending time with me? Yeah, you're nice. Yes, Fable, I do. Really? Of course. Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please never stop coming around. I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone. Thank you. That's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here. You better not go anywhere. Not planning on it. Anyhow, you seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. But how can I not be when everything I touch falls apart? You know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me. But I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. Can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You'll have to find that out then. Like, on a quest? For example. When you think I'm a little underleveled, I don't even know your level, so not really. You might be fine. Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. What if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2. And who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh. Besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I should decide to give up before I even try. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't give up before you try. You should try. Give it your best. After all, I am a very fast runner. So if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. Very true. Just don't run into my tavern and don't lure the werewolf here. Please. That's the spirit. Okay. I, Fable, a great gardener and future hero, charmer of nymphs, am going to embark on this quest and save the villagers, and I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. You have something that can make me more nimble and quiet, so that the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. Okay, hold on. I need to get my notepad out because I forgot that we gotta take notes. I mean, maybe other people don't have to take notes, but I do. I need to take notes. Because my brain is tired. Okay, she wants, or they want, right? Their pronouns are they, them, if I remember correctly. You want dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Maybe something that can help me with diplomacy? Okay. Diplomacy as a secondary. Alright. Perhaps it's just hungry, lost Lycan after all. And it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Yeah. maybe give it a sandwich. Maybe we could even be friends. Maybe that's your first partner in your party. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. Okay. I will leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. Okay, I think in the demo, we gave them something for swiftness. I kind of want to do diplomacy, even though we didn't see the outcome of that. We don't know what ended up happening because the demo ended right before. But I kind of want to give them something that will help with diplomacy, because I kind of want to see if we can get the lichen to come into the tavern. That would be pretty cool. But we don't have a lot of recipes so far, so we'll see. Let's see. Great storytellers alike. Horizons. No, not the brawler. Spoken heart might be good. Confidence, heartfelt words. Charismatic boost. Let's see. Because a swift strike would give them the dexterity that they want. And, you know, intelligence and guard. And that would help a lot. I think that's what we gave them last time. But I kind of want to see if we can do something a little different and what kind of outcome that will give us. So let's do something here. Let's do a little bit because we gotta give a little bit to Andu. Here you go, darling. Oh yes. Okay. Good job. Oh my goodness. Oh yes. Oh, look at his eyeballs. Oh my god. Oh yes. Oh, you're such a cutie. I love them. Okay. Back to this. A little bit of that. A little bit of this. A little bit more of this. Yeah, spoken heart. You got it. This should do it. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. Farming? No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There's a lot of farmers in Targaryen. And I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started. You got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I got this? Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday. And how I have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest. So I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seem like something you might enjoy. Oh, awesome. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. Are we gonna have a garden Oh, I would love it if we have a little garden, like maybe on a windowsill. Like clear all these candles, get them out of here. Put a little planter here. And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us? Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later. Oh, of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. Yeah. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. Good luck, Fable. I hope Fable will be alright. I wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. Oh, hello, you're back. Your little emo glove. You again. Me again? And who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink. Yes, yes, I get it. Could you try to be more specific? That spoken heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Okay, so they want the spoken heart. That's easy enough. Now there's spoken heart coming right up. Thank you, Andu. A spoken heart just for you. Maybe it will help you find more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more. Might not. Okay. Thank you. Enjoy. Charming. Hmm. Interesting. Oh. Oh. Oh, you guys are covered in slime. What happened? Oh, this might be a buddy though, because this one has eyeballs. So we got a little new party. Hello. Careful. You'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Ugh, not another one of those empty babblers. Would you prefer a different line? I can comfortably say I am all but empty. Yeah, would you prefer a different line? Let's see. Hail and well met, adventurers. Would you like to try me drinks? Hmm. How was that one? You like that one better? No, that feels wrong somehow. Could try the one where you just serve drinks quietly. Nah, sorry. I'm a bit of a yapper. I'm fresh out of that one. Sorry. Thought so. You're planning to try and peer into my backstory? Well, yes. Probably. Ugh. I'm warning ye. I'm very good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. Excuse you, I am very essential. Why are you ignoring me? Not ye, the innkeep. The innkeep is ignoring me? Not in the slightest. Don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. I see. That thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? What thing? Ah, my cape! Your cape. That's not his cape. That green fell on his shoulder is an ooze, or what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you. Aye, pretty tough to clean off. I don't know, guys. Maybe you need to, like, jump into a hot tub or something. Like, get that little fella off of you. May I ask how that happened? You just did. Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the story and your names. Yes, I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I like this one. I'm Sir Alphonse Louis Frederick Duquette Dusang. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood. Or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. Okay. So, Kyle Louis Dupont wants something red or with blood. I'll look for something with red in it. What about the other one? They don't want anything? Something with red. This one has reddish. Sun Brawler is in a red cup, but that doesn't really mean that it's red. Although, maybe the Sun Brawler because it has this red tincture in it. Yeah. Okay. This is the one. Then a little bit of this. And a little bit of that. And you got a Southern Brawler. Roaring Brawler. Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious. Very alive. Maybe as a chaser, you would let me have a bite? No. Okay. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Rhea Frostgrip. Nice to meet. Yeah, skip. Just serve me something strong. Something that feels durable. Tough. Okay, Rhea wants durable and tough. Like a mountain or the caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons looks close enough. Oh, okay, you just came out with it. Thank you for reading the menu, girl. Frosted lagoon. Coming right up. Frosted lagoon. Oh, we got a couple of rumors. But Rhea Frostgrip. A dwarf? She, her. She's 175. She's a blacksmith. And her arcana is the world. Alphonse Louis Frederick Duquette Dusang is a vampire of an unknown age. Ehem. Maribu. Very interesting. Okay. Oh, we got quite a few rumors that we gotta go through. All right. We want a frosted lagoon. I would say 3 lines of this. And then a bit of this. And then a little bit of this. Frosted lagoon. I mean, right up. A taste of just for you. Valued customer number 2. Oh. Are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see you're many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks. Just how I like it. Ew. Soraya, Kyle. What about that ooze-filled story? Fine. Guess you've earned it. Alright. Picture me, deep in the mountains of Dolvermere, with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding me own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein earlier, and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. Then suddenly, this big ooze comes along and slurp, gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now? It's nearly sunrise. And the sun kills thee? Oh, right. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Poor Kyle. Poor Kyle. They're suffering right now. They're a little dumb, but it's okay. They're trying. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze slurred me gold, I had to do something. So I took me shovel and dug and hit and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So did you dig out your gold? Silly food. She dug out me. That is an amazing start to a party. Oh my god. That's amazing. Also, yeah, the ooze probably already dissolved all the gold. There's no way you're getting that back. And guess what he was clinging on to? The gold? Oh, yes. A big gold nugget. Should be enough to get me to Boruvia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. Ah, we did? Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Boruvia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return, I get the gold. But what about my cape? Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I started to wonder, where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. On a hook? Did you know where I put me capes? Where? In a wardrobe. Oh, so you can wear it inside the wardrobe. Eh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land. What? No, Kyle. Maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you. You could? Phenomenal. I could put out a quest for you, but for that, we'd need a little more information. Good luck with that. First, I need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Baruvia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes. It's invisible? How the heck are we supposed to find it? What? Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. How do you know you're not wearing it right now? We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then what was the last vampire event you wore the cape to? My wedding. Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampiric Countess Evelyn, residing in Marrow Castle? That would be her. Congratulations. Are you still married? Ugh, of course not. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turns out, she just wanted. Spit it out, leech. Oh. What? My cape! Ah, rats. Here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? Ooh, this is gonna be a boss battle then. You're gonna have to fight Evelyn for your cape. That little mean, vicious, beautiful beast. Her, that thief of thieves, robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No, I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape, I could never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn. How could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps innkeeper. That's your name, right? Nope. That's my occupation. No. Oh, my deepest apologies. What is it then? I don't think it's time for that yet. Names are valuable currency after all. For those types, indeed. But you mustn't be so mysterious to a new friend. All my friends call me innkeeper. Ah, in that case, I shall not disrespect your wishes. Well then, innkeeper, do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yes, I think we can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So, where could a brave adventurer find Marrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn. A witch's bosom? Saucy. Queen of darkness, temptress of men, flamenco champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary, she bites. And she may be invisible now. That would be a problem. Alright. I think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. Innkeep, quickly, another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. Okay, you want stamina now. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. Are you paying for this? The first one might have been on the house, but the second one is not. Busted lagoon. I'm gonna do it the other way around this time. Here we go. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Let me try. You got it right again. I might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No, I cannot drink now that I am consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails ye. The whole way here, you were complaining about having to walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice, and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. And my back is all itchy. By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh, right. Innkeeper! Do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin? I'm afraid not. Oh. That reminds me, my Aunt Matilda used to harness the power of a chimera's saliva for sun protection. Oh. A chimera. A thing. A beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads and all. Made by the dragons to guard Gaia. Likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware. Just didn't know that saliva could be so useful. Ah. If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves. I could have asked it for a sample of its saliva. Why did you eat the chimera? Why did you eat it? I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostgrip, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal? Oh, nay, forget it. I ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem. I can make it another quest for my trusted board. When will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds, especially that part. Splendid. Did you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at 2. Say, innkeep, while we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room or 2? Possibly a room without sunlight? Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing. I've got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. brand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll be able. Maybe you'll become a real person one day. Rhea, you're so mean. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. This is why they didn't give you a price. I'm gonna jack up how much you owe me at the end. You too, tasty creature. Good night, Rhea. Good night, Kyle. Okay, so we gotta build some quests. At the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak resides Countess Evelyn, the vampiric temptress of men. Be wary of invisible threats. Okay, this would be good. An unusual amount of undead seems to be haunting the West. Undead snails are being accused of eating crops. This apparently poses a problem. This is just a rumor. In the riverbanks of the River Mere hides the Mary Morgan, a wrathful spirit prone to drowning men, women, and everything in between. No. A wyvern chimera resides in Quag Mangrove. Adventurers beware. You might be on its menu. Hold on. Banshee is haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones. Hopefully, hyperbole. Quirky vampire is looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused. Wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. Yes, let's put that one in here. The one thing that stands a chance against the grueling curse of the sun is chimera saliva, apparently. Source? Aunt Matilda. A vampire? According to the Merinthine Hydra, a chimera's hatred for mice is a universal truth. Or maybe it just rhymed with ice? Who can say? The vampire last saw his cape on his wedding day, before he was wed to Countess Evelyn. Ooh. So maybe this goes here, and this goes here. And there we go. Hey there, Evelyn. On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at his wedding, where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak. Venture to the peak, and there to retrieve the long-lost cape. But be aware, she might be invisible. Okay. Let's do one more quest. Chimera. Okay, so we got 2 with Chimera here. On the snails. Okay, so here we go. A wyvern chimera resides in the Quag Mangrove. Adventurers beware, you might be on its menu. The one thing that stands a chance against the grueling curse of the sun is chimera saliva, apparently. Source, Aunt Matilda. And according to the Merinthine Hydra, a chimera's hatred for mice is a universal truth. So this will make up a quest, because they're all about a chimera. Until sunrise. Deep in the Quag Mangrove resides a wyvern chimera. Its scales and claws are valued treasure to any alchemist. Its saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use the rare saliva to produce a sunscreen so effective that even he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer or mouse brave enough to confront the beast? The chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva. Maybe you could pay the chimera, pay it for its drool. Oh, yes. We're gonna feed you. Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn. Chapter 3, New Friends and Former Enemies. 59th of the Wake. Hmm. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some fake crystals and frozen pine cones. Ooh, that combined with the chilies that Fable gave us, that's going to be exciting. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Oh, that's exciting. So, oh, she's back. Keep a drink for me and this lanky pal. It's good to see you too, Lynn. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. Look at Are you blushing? Is that a little blush? Ooh, I think they like Fable. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well. And with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? Oh. Don't hurt Fable's feelings, Lynn. You two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Fable, no. Look at their face. Lynn. Lynn, you apologize right now. Do not. Poor Fable. Your little face. And what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater, at the very least. Lynn, you're so rude. You're so rude. But that means we did good because I think if we had chosen to give Fable swiftness, then they might have hurt Lynn's family member. So it wasn't just like a werewolf, it was one of her kind that was just probably disheveled. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? No. Elfie here was able to prevent that. Nice. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please? I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? I mean, I want the juicy details. Come on, Lynn. I'm an innkeeper. I live for the juicy details. A lot. I think they're confused because the quest was to save villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Lynn. I didn't. Was there by chance? They were both stealing sheep. Was not. You were both stealing sheep? Come on. You're no better than the werewolf. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. That's not an excuse to steal sheep. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, um, where do I start? How about at the beginning? Excuse me, guys. Let me have a sippy. A lot of reading. Right. I was born on a half crescent dreaming moon. Too far back, Fable. Of the quest, Fable. I don't need the origins of your life. Right. The quest. The quest. Traveling, there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Targaryen right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight. Well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thank gods. You're already weird enough. Lynn, you're so mean. Imagine the damage you'd do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Anyway, luckily, darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay. I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. Listen, don't be so touchy, Lynn. So I snuck closer and I saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was gonna eat it. So I summoned up all my courage and I stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect to be entirely in the right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her. Maybe that would calm her down? It confused me, alright. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A polite person. Or an insane one. It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a, "What?" So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was. No, I asked, "Who are you, a guard?" I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please. It was barely a bark, and it made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf. Yellow gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. It looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly, something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Carolyn and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And then the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear. The old fuck. Hey, why can I say that? I guess I'll insert a bleep. Like, you can't say it, but I can. Beep. What the bleep? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Bleep. Oh, it's like, do you guys hear that? It's like there's thunder. Is that just every time that she yells? Because it looks sunny outside the window. Anyway. It was dressed like Uncle Dragon, smelled like Uncle Dragon, fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen that old man in years. Was coping about it by joking. That's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry and distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Feather. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually, he just left. Ran away. Without a word. Left us and Uncle Feather behind. Worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. Swore I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out, the solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it off with your fist? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. Elfie's a good friend. I'm glad they did. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop. They wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. Oh, okay, Fable, that was risky. That's risky. Interesting. Okay. Go on. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear. But I got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened both of them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would have never done that, of course. But they must have believed me. Because they actually stopped and listened. Look mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. I sat them down and did my best to weigh an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous to us. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop two angry wolves? Oh, well. Anyway, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dagan and Carolyn, the miscommunication. Feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him best we could. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. Yeah. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things or Volcakian things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness, the unwillingness to ask for help. The sheep, too. But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? The little stick is oddly persuasive. I was talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Your face. Maybe. How did it go? Fine. It'll take some time to accept this apology. We'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Feather and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with a cure, he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure wouldn't change what he'd done. That he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot. And they taught me about how the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of bull. It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather, the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another? Exactly. I like that. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Alfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they needed to update you on everything nonstop. You'd think they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. They also started crafting something with the werewolves. Ah, said something about it being for you, Inky? Oh, what did you make for us, Fable? Come on, don't be shy. What's the matter? What's the matter, Fable? What'd you make for us? Do we care to guess? Do we want to guess and see what they made for us? Maybe a wreath of flowers or ingredients for more drinks and potions? What'd you make for us, Fable? Oh, really? Yeah, it's not finished yet, but I'll let you know. I promise. That wasn't that hard, was it? Well. Hmm. So, a drink. What can I offer you, Lynn? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. I wish, I mean, make me the usual. Strength never gets old. Okay. Strength it is. Imagine that eventually I'll remember the recipe so I won't have to draw them. Oh, we put too much. Some for you, Andu. Sodden Brawler coming right up. Surprise! Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to my senses. I've had a stressful day, night, morning, sequel of events. Sure thing. A swift strike coming right up. Thank you, Andu. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're going to pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Alfie. See you later. Oh, Fable. It's okay. It's okay. You'll make friends. I promise. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes. I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? Yes, very good job. Maybe you should order that drink more often. No. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? Maybe. That's a very tall order. Huh, you're right. I'm not cut out for that. I mean, don't say that. You might be. Adventurers come from all sorts of places. Don't say never. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Carolyn first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Goodbye, Fable. That was very nice. Oh, always such a pleasure to talk to Fable. You're back and you pulled your hood down. Hello. You got a lovely face, lovely hair too. Are we actually gonna learn your name this time? Good evening to you too. Oh, you taking a quest? This quest. It wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? Why you look so offended? No. My legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. No. Just literally. Physically. Emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle to get the cape. I mean, yes. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet. So if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes? It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence. Me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has. Once. At a vampire mixer. Oh, so we've seen her. This is why we knew who the vampire was talking about. That's very interesting. Give me one moment, I'm thirsty. Get a drink, get a drink. Interesting. So she was only here at night. Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? Are you also a vampire? No. She had a lot of makeup on. But below that mask. Sure, yes. Would guess she looked pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interest. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Don't worry about it. Did you hear about wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes. She has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotten flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire. She seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret, or you're not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. Definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Ooh, are we gonna maybe ask them to get us the bucket of drool? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decoration? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration? Like a chair? Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to my tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cake back to me, along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. How do you dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of? Raise yourself up from your shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? Hmm. Hmm. Do we remain secret? Or do we tell? Because we do trade them for secrets. But we could tell a joke and be kind of evasive. But I do want them to open up to me more. But I want to hear the joke. How about a joke? A joke? That's not. I'm not. I don't do jokes. And I don't do drinks, I'm afraid. Oh, it was a joke from them. I thought I was gonna tell them a joke. Oh, give me a secret then. How do explorers hide their treasure? How? By dragging them to a safe location. That was really good. All right. I feel bad for you. You may have one of my renowned drinks and some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. Was finally able to unpack them. Infusions. Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? Hmm. For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. The frozen pine cone has absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystal hails straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible, eventually, and for a bit. The duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So, what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Though that does sound appealing, strength I can do. And some frost armor should help with the fangs. Okay, so strength and frost. Or perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely, to outstealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity, and some invisibility could help with staying unseen should my speed and agility not be enough. Yeah, but we just said that the invisibility is kind of unstable, so I feel like that wouldn't do you any good. Help me with the decision, Inkeep. Your wisdom is no joke, is it? Now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful of how they interact with other ingredients. They might alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first and adjusting the drink from there. Let's give it a try. Okay, where are the... oh, these are the infusions. Okay, let's see. Oh, I see. You can see how it interacts. I don't think I want to give them the swiftness. I think battling her might be better. Although that, you know, she is a formidable foe. This is hard. Deciding. Because what if they don't make it out and they have to fight? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, let's go brawn. Put a pine cone in. And then some of this. And then a little bit of this. Sun brawler. Well, that's it. Okay. Didn't have to do anything to the pine cone. Didn't have to smash it or anything. Here you go. A drink that all vampires fear. Liquid sunrise. Not quite. But that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something inky. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink? The liquid sunrise. Ha. Good one. It tastes like the sun. A cold sun. And I shall strike her down as such. A sun? Evelyn. Ah, that makes more sense. Goodbye, Innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Oh, vengeance makes for an early grave. And for a good story. Farewell. Bye, Zephyr. Good luck. Or for a better end. Oh, hey, Lynn. You got a nice braid. I'm taking this quest and a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No. Your beds are just too comfortable. It's hard to get up. Of course. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? I think I already said that. Make me something strong that will wake me up and keep me up too. Something strong. What if I give her an infusion? Nah. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. It's the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call this drink the Carolyn. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. Right. The quest. That quest. My quest. The innkeeper's quest. That quest. The quest meant for the innkeeper. Right. I see it is my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything. But sleep, chat, and drink. I am getting antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire sunscreen couldn't get more reckless than that. It could be taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So, the saliva's for a vampire? Vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get their chimera grew themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be a terrible for your business. Indeed. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No, not a real one. Got me thinking. Ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they are created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So, stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're more worried about? I ain't worried. Okay, nervous. Ain't that either. And what is it? Yeah, what is it, Lynn? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing, I'm asking. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before, and I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. You should team up with Rhea, and you and Rhea would probably be able to get this quest done together safely. This seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What is it about Guardians? It's less about the Guardian and more about what created it. And maybe a little about the Chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes. Modeled after its creator, I would guess. So, let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my Baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had little keepsakes from them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she passed. Left. One day, she was just gone. I think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. I like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. At least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern chimera? No. It was the only kind she ever encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different variety of scales, even a cow one, I think. Never found a wyvern one in all her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. I do that. This is you talking too much? So, you like dragons? Yes. I adore dragons. I think dragons are some of the most beautiful creatures out there. Gorgeous little beings. Just adorable. Precious. I do. They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting. Very magical. They are fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic and their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about the ring. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic shit. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. A little self-reliance don't either. I guess. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to prep you up, Lynn? You didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help? It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body wouldn't hurt. Heard they're quick and toothy, so I'll need to be too hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Baba talked quite a lot about how much they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. But I need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusion? Just a little bit of a phoenix chili would make you fire resistant. It could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or you go heavy on the intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Oh, okay. I mean, I do want to use the chili infusion. That could be interesting. But I really want to do the intelligence. We haven't made a drink with intelligence yet. It would be this one, Sparkling Nebula. We haven't done one of these. The distilled flavor of the cosmos. The sparkling nebula fizzes on your tongue and rewires your synapses, inspiring great ideas and even greater stories. Storytellers and scholars alike can broaden their horizons with this taste of the stars. That sounds wonderful. Let's make that. Okay. A little bit of this. And then a lot of this. We got it. A sparkling nebula. Ooh, it's so tiny. Figured it out. Thanks. Hope you seasoned it with some trickery. It does feel weird, like my brain is sparkling. No refunds. How urgent is this sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe he should sunbathe less then. That might solve his problem. Might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return. Hmm. Yes, Andu gets his little dinner. That's nice. That's very nice. Oh, we made it to Act 4. But we are coming close to time. So I think we're gonna end the stream here. We did get to meet some new characters. We got some new quests. So very interesting. I'm very curious at what happens and if we made good choices. So we'll get to see that next week when we continue the adventure. Thank you so much for watching. Follow along for the next adventure, and don't forget to check out YouTube at Virraizly, and you can see our dive into Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, which has been very fun. I'll see you on the next one. Good night.